Hey guys, it's been a while since I uploaded a video. Do not mind my voice. I know, I look a little crazy today. Just one of those days where like literally we've been sick for like most of October. My friend's over here just like throwing my decor all over the place. It's been good, but I came on here to show you guys, okay, here's my cat. You're so cute, Harper. To show you guys all the new books I have accumulated since my husband has been deployed. And I will say this is probably the most I've spent on books while him being gone. It was just one of those things like every time I was sad, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna buy a book. And obviously it got way out of hand, but we're gonna go through all of them today while my kids were over there yelling and screaming and, you know, doing the most. Mom life. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. But this is just the only way I can do it, and this is just a part of my life, and I'm not going to tell them to be quiet or shut up because it's just not going to do it. Okay. I guess we'll start with like books that I got from like PR, which that I still have not read. Okay, so I got this from the Valentine PR, which they are so sweet enough. I loved everything in here, so when I read it, I know. This was Three Strikes in Your Mind by R.S. Gray. I believe it's like a, it's baseball, right? Three Strikes, baseball. And I have not read it, but like I'm waiting till I get into one of those moods where I really want a sports romance to like read it and then obviously put up my review for it because that's what I enjoy doing. Then I got this one. I cannot wait to read this one. It's a reverse harem, and I think it's a Snow White retelling, and it's called Velvet Cruelty by Eva Angerfield. It's cute. It's a cute little. And this is also from Valentine PR. I recently just got this Fourth Wing. I know what the hype is about, y'all, and I cannot wait for book 2 to come out, which is literally coming out maybe like in about 2 weeks or so now. Loved it. Didn't think I was gonna love it as much as I did because of all the hype, but I absolutely loved it, and I cannot stop thinking about it. That's how much I love it. Like every time I go to start a new book, I'm just like, but maybe I should already reread it. And my husband's like, you're crazy. And I'm like, no, because it's like that good that I want to already reread it. And I just love Xaden, and I just love her, and I just want to reread it already. And I think it's just crazy because no book has made me feel that way except Crescent City, where it's like, as soon as I was done with it, I was like, okay, I think I want to pick it up and read it again. And which is weird, obviously. So like I want to reread it already, but I just literally read it maybe like at the beginning of the month, so it makes no sense to do it, but it's like I really want to. The whole City of Bones. Ugh. I got it because it was on sale. Sorry, this is probably gonna fall any moment here, but I got them all right here. Not very satisfying how it looks, but like right here, got them all. Only read the first book. I watched the Hulu series forever ago. Then I didn't realize that they were like a book series, but obviously I eventually want to get to the rest of them. Most of these books up here I read. I'll let you guys know which ones I read. So Until I Get You by Claire Contreras, I think. I don't know, I could be butchering that. I don't really know. This is what it looks like. It is a hockey romance and was very good. I think I gave it 4.5 stars or 4 stars, one of the two. I can't really remember, but I liked it. It takes present in the past and then it jumps 3 years forward and things like that. She has a stalker. This is when I was in I go through these different phases where I like different things, and this is when I was in my stalker phase where like I wanted a stalker in the book, or the romance ended up being like the romance female character ended up being a stalker, anything like that. Obviously that's not the case in this one. She just had a stalker and then went from there. My Dark Romeo, I literally got this on sale when it was only on sale for like $9. I think now it's like almost $17 at that. But I got the what do you call that one? I forget what they're called. I cannot think today. I'm having mom brain so bad. But I got this cover. I think it's beautiful, and I gave it 4 stars if I'm not mistaken, which is so beautiful. So beautiful. Next, I read this like in 2019. Pretty sure one of my first dark romances that I've ever read, and what made me fall in love with like dark romance, dark academia, and just like secret societies and just things along those lines was this series. This is the Rydeville Elite series. These are the first 3 books that follow the same couple throughout the first 3 books. So we have Cruel Intentions, what is one? Twisted Betrayals, and then Sweet Redemption. Absolutely love all the characters in this book. I think the series is almost complete. I think she's got them all out. After this couple, it's the different couples after that, and I'm so excited to read them. I haven't read them yet because I'm the type of person that, like, when I fall in love with that first character, I need to let it marinate and then go on to the next one. I didn't know that the Dare was eventually gonna be a series. I did not know that. I don't know if you know that, but I ended up getting Losers Part 1 and then Losers Part 2. Have not read Losers Part 2 yet, but I read Part 1. Absolutely love the guys in here. Can't wait to see how it's all gonna come together. I cannot wait to read this one. Boneyard's Tides. Anyone who knows me knows I love Emma Jones. It's just something. I read this one. I believe I gave it 4 stars. It was just so good. So good. Obviously, she has a lot of twists and turns and like things that make your mind start working so you can figure out what's going on in the next one. I might have to reread this one. I think I gave it 4 stars. I just didn't feel as connected to the characters in this book like I did any of her other books. Like in her other books, like she made me, I was head over heels for basically all the guys in her book. And like this one, it just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I just wasn't in the right mental state to read it when I read it or what it was, but I feel like I need to reread it just before the next book comes out just to like get myself up to speed. Because honestly, I think it wasn't that long, only 264 pages, so I might have to reread this one. First, so I read Hollow Heathen when it first came out, maybe like 2 years ago, I believe. It could be longer than that, maybe 3. Don't know, but if you don't know about her books, Figurina's books, is that they are beautiful. Here, I'll show you. Beautiful. Like the details in this book are just absolutely just stunning. All of them. There's different things in here constantly that just make it just so stunning and beautiful and just well loved. So I read this one a while ago. I just needed the paperback. And then I got the art for this book, but of course I had to buy it as well because if it's just so beautiful as this one on the inside. So Bone Island, which I believe I gave 5 stars to both of these. Get these editions because just beautiful. I read this before the hype came out for them. I read these in 2019, almost 2020, I believe. Absolutely devoured these on my Kindles when I first read them. So I have read Binding 13, obviously, reread them, annotated the heck out of these if you look inside of them. So Binding 13, Keeping 13, reread, absolutely loved it. Just this series, just when I reread it, I felt like I was reading it for the first time again. And usually when I reread books, that doesn't happen. Like I knew it was coming up, but I still cried. It was just the weirdest experience to experience because obviously I reread it, so I shouldn't be crying about it. But I was in tears over it, and I just fell in love with it. Saving Six, which I read, and then I still need to read Redeeming Six. Obviously, every book in this series so far that I have read have been 5 stars. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in Redeeming Six because I just love them as well. I didn't realize everything that Joey was put through and how responsible he felt. He deals with a lot of mental health things, and it's just about it. I like it. It just felt so real to the real things that people experience. Then I got Atlas Six, which I started it. Here you can see right here. I started it, but I have not finished it. This is one of the books that I wanted to get to in October now, but literally October is about to be over and I still have like a whole bunch of books I want to get to that I still have not. But I eventually do want to get to this. I just feel like this is a book that I'm going to have to read. I'm going to need my full attention and I'm going to have to pay attention to all the little details in it. And I just felt like when I was going to read it, every time I'll pick it up, I'll fall asleep. So there was that. The Coven by Harper L. Woods. My husband actually got this for me for my birthday. Haven't read it yet. Just thought it would be a cute little read to read in October, obviously. Still have not gotten to it, even though October is about to be over. So there is that. Hopefully I can get to it soon. Not really sure what it's about. I think it says like, it's like a witch prep school and she was raised to basically take over something. She's at the school learning and dealing with people who want revenge on her, or she's trying to get revenge on something along those lines. I'm not really sure, but it's a cute cover and I can't wait to read it. And I haven't read anything by this author yet. The Words also for my birthday. just heard amazing things about this. I believe this is like a rock star romance, if I'm not mistaken. It's to lover or like hate to love or enemies to lover. I don't know. I'm not 110% sure, but I needed it on my shelf because I heard amazing things about it. So got it. It was on sale. So I believe I only paid like $10 for this, if that. But I'm just happy to be able to read it and annotate it here soon. So I have The Ritual, which was one of my favorite dark romance that I read last year. So then obviously for my birthday this year, I got The Sacrifice, which is following another guy and girl from that whole secret society. And then The Sinner, which is a part of the same world, I believe. So I can't wait to get to these. And they're like, I didn't realize how big these books are, but the same thing happened with The Sinner. I didn't realize how big The Sinner was, and I absolutely devoured that like in a day or two. So I'm here, my Lucy Score collection. So I got Forever Never, which obviously I have not read yet. Oh wait, JK, I did read Forever Never, and this is one of my favorite books by her, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. Don't know where my head's at, guys, but yeah, I ended up giving it 4.5 stars out of 5 stars, I believe. Absolutely love it. My biggest issue with Lucy Score is that like her characters are obviously like supposed to be like in their late 30s, early 40s, but they come off like they're like in their early 20s. Like they come off very young minded and how they act and things like that. So that's the only thing that I really have a hard time with her. But this is probably one of my favorites that I've read. Things We Never Got Over, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Like I said, my biggest issue with this one is that like their maturity levels for their age just wasn't where I would picture myself at 40 or 35, like, you know what I mean? Just the way that they were acting, how they were talking, things like that. Then I got By a Thread, which I have not read yet, but I'm dying to read. I believe this is like a boss romance, like with her boss, obviously. Then I got Things We Hide from the Light, which I have not read yet, which is obviously Knox's brother, which I cannot wait to read about. I believe this is Nash. And then obviously the most anticipated read that I've been dying since the first book is Lucian's book. But I literally watched Destiny's video last night of her like reading it and like giving her thoughts. She was not impressed with it. That's saying a lot because I think she loved Things We Never Got Over and then liked Things We Hide from the Light. So I still have high hopes. I'm hoping that I like it, but we will see. I got this from my book bestie. She got me the Shatter Me series, which I read the first book. Gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Cannot wait to read the rest. It was just super easy to read, and it was a great first book to start off the series. So that's what I really liked about it. So I ended up getting Gothicana. Have not read this one yet, but I got it because they were gonna get rid of this cover, and I was like, I need the OG cover. So got it. Haven't read it. Wanted to read it this month, but obviously still have not read it. So hopefully here soon I can read it. Then I got Maestro by Alden Dart. Heard this gives you the feelings that you read if you read Off Balance by he's gonna fall over. Off Balance, that Off Balance series. So I needed this. I need the angst, the love, the heartbreak, the wanting, the wrong time relationship. I heard this is gonna put me through the ringer, probably make me cry. Oh, cannot wait to read this. I ended up getting Pretty and Reckless by Charity Farrell, my book bestie. She didn't know that I had this, but she told me that this is probably one of her favorite books. I believe it's a therapist and the client relationship. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this is about. It is honestly pretty short, and I got this for like $4, by the way. So you always just look on Amazon for the sales. Then I got Megan Quinn Runaway Groomsmen. It just sounded good. It was on sale, so I got it. Have not read it yet. Have no clue what it's about, but the cover is beautiful, and I can't wait to read it. Next, I got Best Friend's Brother by Natasha L. Black. This is what it looks like. It's a reverse harem, super short. I got it because it was that short, and I wanted something short. It's only 190 pages, so it was super quick to the point. Deals with DV and stalk, and basically like, you know, stalking and things like that with her ex. Really good. It's her best friend's brothers. It's Icebreaker. Loved it. I think I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was just way too long. It did not need to be as long as it was to get to the point, but just look how beautiful the cover is. Can't wait to get the second book in this series, but I liked it. It was good. I liked him. He can have all my movies, but it was good. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Then Fall Boys. Have not read this yet because I feel like I need to read their parent stories first, if I'm correct. Tell me if I'm wrong. If you guys have this book, did you already read it? Did you go back and read the series before this one, before starting this one? I don't know. That's why I haven't picked it up or read it yet. I do like Penelope Douglas's writing. I like some of her books. So I need to know what it is. So I just go into it, or do I need to go read the series before this one to like know what's going on, even though it's following their kids? So I don't know. These are probably one of my favorites. The Waiting on the Sidelines by Ginger Scott, Going Long by Ginger Scott, and The Hail Mary by Ginger Scott. This series, I read it in 2019, absolutely fell in love with it, devoured it. It starts with the couple being in high school. I believe this is like their high school years, and like their relationship forming, how it formed, things like that. You get all the good high school gossip and things like that in this one that make you fall in love with all the characters all around, especially the two main characters. Then we have Going On. They're in college, going through the college experience, and we're trying to see if they're actually going to be able to stay together and stick it out through college, through all the struggles and everything what comes with him being a QB football player, you know? Then we have 16 years later in marriage. He's in the NFL and dealing with all that. I believe in this one, their marriage is kind of like falling apart, but they're trying to come back together. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I love the story. I love that we get 3 different views of their life, like at each stage level in their life, and I absolutely loved it. And Surrendering Heartbreaks by Ella Fields. Heard amazing things. Have not picked this up because I am terrified of love triangles. Okay, I will read a good love triangle, but do not give me a love triangle where you fall in love with both of the potential love interests, because that's when you're gonna break my heart, and then you're gonna break one of their hearts, and then we're gonna all be broken, and then I'm gonna be mad at the other guy. So I just cannot. I absolutely hate reading love triangles unless they're done really well, where I don't feel bad for one of the characters. You know what I mean? So heard amazing things about this, but I don't know. Got The Mixtape by Brittany Cherry. Have not read yet. Have no clue what it's about, but it's a beautiful cover and I can't wait to read it. Then next I got The Coldest Winter by Brittany Cherry. It was beautiful too, so I had to pick it up. And I have not read anything by her yet, but I heard her writing is just beautiful and good, and they're just quick reads, so of course I just had to pick this up. I got When He Deployed was Say You Swear, the discreet edition. This is a love triangle, but it's done very well, and I loved it. And maybe at first I kind of felt bad for the other one, but as it kept on going, I realized that like, no, like you had your chance and you blew it, so bye. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars and can't wait to reread it one day. Surprisingly, I did not cry in this book. Then I got Celestial Academy by Maya Nicole. Like this, beautiful. I think I gave the first book 3. It's a, all books in series in one big book. And I believe the first book I gave it 3 stars. Interesting, dealing with Lucifer as her father. And I think when you think of Lucifer in any book, he has to be mean, not necessarily evil, but like just mean and rude and ruthless. And I just felt this one, he was just kind of sweet. In the first book, he was just kind of sweet. He cared about his daughter, which I liked, but like he was just overly sweet. So I need to finish the rest of in the series. And I got Realm Breaker and Blade Breaker. Have not read yet, but I loved her, what series is it called? The Red Queen series. Do not mind, I got my sweater wet doing the dishes. Queen, absolutely probably one of my favorite YA series that I've read. Just so good, so good. Got 1 and 2 Zodiac Academy. I have read these. I believe I gave them both either a 4.5 or 5 stars. I want to collect them all and then reread obviously the ones that I've already read, just because there's like a ton of books out of them now. I think when I started reading it, I think book 4 just came out, so it's been a while since I've read these, so it would be nice to just, you know, freshen up my mind again. Kings of Quarantine series, 4 books. They're falling. So sick at this. Got all 4 books for super cheap. Bought them from someone around here. And I read the first book, started the second one, but never finished it. Don't know why, can't remember. So obviously I do want to reread these just to see. Pretty much all the books that I can think of that I got while my husband was deployed. JK, I think on my, for upcoming releases, I have obviously the second book. I can't remember what the second book is going to be called, but I got the second book of this on pre-order, and then I got Crescent City 3 on pre-order as well. Cannot wait for those to come. And I also didn't count my book of the months because obviously I get them monthly, so I'll just won't even count those in here. But I got a ton of books, y'all. A ton of books that I need to not buy books for a while. Honestly, I need to put myself on a book ban. My obsession with buying books and just reading books is out of control at this point. Like, I need to buy a whole new bookshelf, obviously, because these are like, there's books behind these books. So, need to buy a new bookshelf. Yeah, but since I haven't uploaded, I thought, like, why not show you guys books that I got while my husband was deployed. Obviously not my Kindle. I have a ton of books on here too that I've been reading. But yeah, that's all the books I've gotten since my husband has been deployed. I don't regret buying any of them. But yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Until then, I have a ton of reading to do.